Turbulence around the Boeing Corporation continues, with the airplane manufacturer plagued by constant issues in the last year alone. Now passengers and regulators are questioning what is being done to fix it. Laura Queso takes a look at where things stand today in part 2 of her series.
Video inside the Alaska Air Flight 1282. The door blows off midair at 16,000 feet. Passengers fearing they'd never make it off this plane.
I looked over my shoulder and I could see this huge hole inside the plane.
Stan Stingstad was in seat 9F and says he's never been the same since. He told us he can no longer work as a truck driver. His PTSD from the midair scare has ruined his life.
I have major anxiety issues and I quit. I can't even drive a truck anymore. Things I used to be able to do, I can't do anymore. I get so stressed out, and it was because of this flight. It just ruined me.
1 month after the incident, the NTSB released a preliminary report stating that 4 bolts meant to secure the door were missing. Now there's an investigative hearing set for August 6th. Cleveland lawyer Jamie Lebovitz says a lot needs to be done when it comes to his clients, including Stan, who says they suffer from trauma, PTSD, emotional issues.
Where are we going to be able to maximize recovery and also hold Boeing accountable for what occurred? Because it's more than just monetary damages. There's accountability.
Meantime, in the last 2 months, 2 Boeing whistleblowers who said Boeing lacked attention to safety died. One by suicide, the other former employee of a sudden infection. Both whistleblowers said Boeing was putting production ahead of quality control of the airplane. Lebovitz agrees.
And there's a sequence. Think about it as the airplane's moving down the assembly line. There are certain parts that are supposed to be installed at a particular point along the assembly line, and the parts aren't available. Well, instead of stopping the assembly line and stopping the process, they continue to move we'll call the fuselage further down the assembly line so that other parts can be installed.
FAA Administrator Michael Whitaker sat down with NBC News after visiting the Boeing production floor.
Their priorities have been on production and not on safety and quality. And so what we really are focused on now is shifting that focus from production to safety and quality.
He says the planes leaving the factory, however, are safe. Others have pointed out that individual airline maintenance should also be scrutinized. And there's a surprising local connection.
The Cleveland connection is really a United connection, and that is the fact that United operates a 737 maintenance base here in Cleveland.
But Lebovitz points out there have been no issues tied to this facility.
And there's certainly nothing at all whatsoever, make it clear on the record, that United did wrong or failed to do that contributed to any of these, incidents involving Alaska Airlines or any of the other 737s that have run into problems.
In March 2024, Boeing announced their president, Dave Calhoun, will step down as chief executive at the end of 2024. We reached out to Boeing directly and were told the company is not offering interviews with the media. However, in a recent address to shareholders, Calhoun said this.
We are taking actions across virtually every aspect of Boeing, at every layer and every level. We've made important leadership changes. We've updated our incentive structures to better align with our focus on safety and quality.
But is it enough? Pilot Dennis Tazier has concerns.
The people at the top at Boeing, over decades, changed a great company into one that no one trusts. The airlines don't trust Boeing. The FAA doesn't, and they're in part the problem as well. At Boeing, the board of directors appointed CEOs that were more interested in share price and dividends than they were in engineering quality and production quality. And here we are.
For Stan, he's hoping lasting changes are made because his experience on a Boeing plane has changed so much.
I used to feel really comfortable with planes and would tell people flying is the safest thing ever. But I don't think so anymore.
And to wrap up our three-part series, we are talking to an aviation expert about how safe the skies really are, what you should know as a traveler. Would he fly on a Boeing plane? That's tomorrow on What's Next. Laura Queso, 3 News.